Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon, and this is The Operator. We're working for the Federal Department of Intelligence, and we are talking to Agent Barry Walker because he has followed up on his case from yesterday, where he looked into a disappearance from a woman who claimed she was near a flying saucer, but he found no evidence of that. What did you find else? What else did you find in the desert there, Barry?
You could say that. You could definitely say that. I found stones. A bunch of stones lying there on the surface of the sand. I'm no geologist, but they look funny to me. Like they'd been moved. Put there for a reason, you know? So, I call it in. Because I'm sure as hell not gonna dig myself, Tanner. Not in this suit. A team arrives an hour later, and they start digging. Sure enough, under one of the stones, they find a body. Advanced state of decomp. They dig under another stone. And lo and behold, this time they find an entire skeleton. Turns out, we're standing on some sort of desert graveyard.
How many corpses are there?
Hard to say, but I counted more than 100 stones. If they're all grave markers, well, I'll let you do the math.
Wonder if it's the names. They found a body and a skeleton?
Yeah, messed up, right? And judging by the size of the skeleton, it belonged to someone young, Tanner. Real young. Look, I won't beat around the bush. The medical examiner has finished a preliminary report on the skeleton, and they found what they believe is a photo of the victim in the sand, buried there by the bones. Never seen that before. Any chance you can take a look at all this and get me an ID, Tanner?
Sure.
Let me send you the files. Well, it's taken a while. Hard to access the satellite out here in Roswell. I mean, Dryfield.
Okay. Got
Looks like
it.
it went through. About goddamn time.
Yeah, frickin' dial up. Alright, let's see the body. I will use discretion shots here if there's anything I should censor. Looks like just a dude. Photo of Henry Jenkins. Where was that name? Oh, he was the guy who... What did he do? He did something recently. Losing my mind. Already forgetting things. Welcome to the facility, Gabby. You're in good hands now. Sincerely, Dr. Jenkins. The facility? Gabby? Gabriella? Let's... So Jenkins' name isn't on here. Alright, so let's go into the human database. Wait, hold on. Gabby with a... I assume that's not her first name. I assume... Yeah, okay, I need both names anyway. Alright. Identify the body could be Gabby. It's not saying who... Oh, wait a minute. There's a file I haven't even looked at yet. Stop. Nope, stop. I don't need help yet.
The skeleton appears to be female, estimated at 9 years of age. Starting the examination now. Initial observations show well-preserved and intact bones. No visible signs of trauma or damage. The subject is missing her left incisor. The rest of the dentition looks good. No decay or disease is present. Moving on. Here's something interesting. One of the metacarpal bones on her left hand, the metacarpal 3, has a slight curvature. You don't see that a lot. So, to summarize, the subject appears to have been a female, approximately 9 years of age, with a missing left incisor tooth and a slight curvature in the metacarpal 3 in her left hand. Based on the level of decomposition, the body appears to have been buried for approximately 6 to 8 months. Further testing and analysis is needed to determine the cause of death.
Okay. I don't know where we're supposed to go with that. Who...
Jenkins. That name rings a bell, operator. Check the other cases for anything possibly related to him. Maybe there's a clue in there tied to the girl.
Okay. I forget who Jenkins is, and I feel like a moron because I'm like, it just happened, right? Was it the kill? No, we don't know who the killer was. We didn't do that. Oh, that's right. Henry Jenkins was the first victim. Okay. So, Henry Jenkins, but I don't have access beyond that, unfortunately. So, welcome to the facility, Gabby. Hope you... Okay, so Gabby Jenkins, I guess. I still assume it's Gabriella. So, Gabriella? No. Can I scan his badge? Ah, okay. R&D Director of BM Technologies. Do I have... Let's see. I don't have any document or any databases to check his... to check the company, but it does... It implies then that Gabby, whoever she is, got into BM Technologies. Ah, there are two Gabbies on the name list. Gabby Bruce and Gabby Mills. So I can cross-reference the database on both of them and see if I get any hits. Female, age 9. This is Gabby Bruce, no known aliases, blah blah blah. Scars and marks, none. Yes, here we go. Metacarpal bone M3 abnormal growth. So it's probably Gabby Bruce. I'm going to run the other name anyway, just to make sure that they don't try some sort of mind screw and there's two people who have that rare condition. That is definitely not a 9-year-old girl. So I think we found our Vic, Gabby Bruce. So let's... There we go. Her name is Gabby Bruce, Agent.
How did you find this, Tanner?
Her name's on a list from another case, like Connie.
Just when you think this case can't get any weirder, that's exactly what it does. But I need concrete proof it's her. Got anything else in your bag of tricks?
I mean, the known medical record issue. Gabby also has an unusual bone growth.
I'll be damned. 9 years old, Tanner. Breaks your goddamn heart. What the hell is going on out here? And what's a connection to Connie?
And that's what we're here to find out there, buddy.
Okay, the examiner has just finished processing the second body I was telling you about. The one in the advanced state of decay. Let's see here. Adult male, early 60s. Ah, they got an ID on him. Quinton Spence. Want to see if that name is on your magical list too?
Sure is. Right there. Well, looks like probably all the bodies are buried right there, all 120 some odd.
So there's definitely a link. I see some of the names have been crossed out. Can you figure out what that business means?
Probably means they're dead, you idiot. How do I... Let's see. Oh, let's look up his name. Quinton... I mean, we know this already, that they're dead because they're buried, but, like... I guess it could mean that they're missing? Yeah, there we go. I mean, obviously. Crossed out means the person is missing. Or dead, clearly.
Looks to be about 100 names like that. That number matches the stones. God damn. And if I was a gambling man, I'd say the circled persons are still alive. Like our Connie. There's something else about Spence, Tanner.
And go on.
They found him buried in a lab coat. With some, you're never gonna guess. Floppy disk sewn into one of the pockets. Remember what I said about this case getting weirder?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
I'm sending everything your way.
Awesome. Provided it doesn't get intercepted on the way. Open second floppy disk. The second one. Not the first one?
There you go. Now the second disk, password protected. Open that second floppy disk and give me an address tied to Spence. Something I can look into. I'm getting a little restless with you doing all the work. The operator program. Oh.
Okay. Chill out, buddy. Hold on one second. Okay, let's... So he had 2 discs sewed into his... Alright, let's hear the autopsy report.
Autopsy report of a male, approximately late 50s, early 60s. Initial observations show no sign of trauma or blunt force injury, similar to the first remains found. The decedent appears to be wearing some kind of lab coat. Starting the external examination now. Excellent dentition. The decedent is wearing some kind of badge. Let me put this to the side. Abdomen seems healthy, with no signs of trauma or injuries. The lab coat seems to contain a hidden pocket. There's something inside. It's sewn shut. I'll open this with my scalpel. There. There appear to be 2 floppy disks inside.
Okay, I misunderstood Walker. I thought he meant that...
In my estimate, the body has been buried for approximately 2 to 3 months, based on the level of decomposition. At this point, the cause of death is uncertain. Further testing and analysis is needed, including toxicology reports, before I can provide a conclusive determination.
Looking through Walker's chat log, I now see he said plural. Floppy disks plural sewn into the pockets. Okay. So, let's see his badge. BM Technologies, what a frickin' shock. He also worked at the same place. Floppy disk 1. R&D 1 Dr. Spence. Wow, that is an old school floppy disk. Number 2 has... I mean, I guess that's the clue for what the password is? Well, let's look into that in a second. Upon my arrival at the BioM facility, I was warmly greeted by Dr. Jenkins himself. How fortunate I am to work with such a passionate and talented scientist, even in a subsidiary role. During our meeting, Dr. Jenkins explained that I would be heading up a trial involving FMP1138, a key component of his research project. Although he did not disclose much, I have the impression that the project is shrouded in secrecy. It appears to be of great importance. The trials, which are scheduled to commence in a few days, once I am well versed with the subjects and the procedures, are in place. Dr. Isles, the facility director, informs me our work has the potential to significantly enhance the well-being of the patients who have been selected specifically for our research. The entire facility itself has been constructed for this purpose alone. Although I am unaware of the project's source of funding, there appears to be no shortage of resources. I am truly optimistic our research will make a profound difference and push the boundaries of scientific knowledge. Very hopeful. The AMPA receptor is a crucial component of excitatory synaptic transmissions and plasticity in the brain. As a glutamate-gated ion channel, it mediates fast synaptic transmission and contributes to synaptic plasticity by modulating the strength of synaptic connections between neurons. Dysfunction of AMPA receptors has been implicated in various neurological and psychiatric disorders, including Alzheimer's disease, depression, and schizophrenia. So, if they figure out how to fix it or work with it, those diseases may go away. Selective AMPA receptor potentiators represent a promising class of compounds for the treatment of these disorders as they enhance AMPA receptor function and improve synaptic plasticity. FMP1138 is a novel selective AMPA receptor potentiator that has shown promising results in preclinical studies. It has been demonstrated to enhance AMPA receptor-mediated synaptic transmission and improve synaptic plasticity in vitro and in vivo. In this study, we sought to explore the potential therapeutic effects of FMP1138 on neuronal connectivity. Specifically, we aimed to investigate whether FMP1138 could enhance synaptic connectivity and promote the formation of new synapses in vitro and in vivo. To accomplish this, we used a combination of electrophysiological imaging and behavioral assays to that one I don't know, to assess the effects of FMP1138 on neuronal function and connectivity. Our results demonstrate that FMP1138 enhances synaptic connectivity and promotes the formation of new synapses in vitro and in vivo. Specifically, we observed that FMP1138 increased the frequency and amplitude of excitatory postsynaptic currents in cultured neurons, indicating that an enhancement of synaptic transmission. Furthermore, we found that FMP1138 promoted the formation of new synapses in cultured neurons as evidenced by an increase in the number of dendritic spines, the sites of synaptic contacts on neurons. I think I did a damn good job on that for sight reading it for the first time. To unlock the full potential, 66.72 kilohertz minimum, 105 kilohertz maximum. Okay, that's the symbol that's on the second floppy. So that's a password hint. In vivo, we found that FMP1138 improved cognitive function in a mouse model with Alzheimer's. Specifically, we observed that FMP1138 treated mice performed better in a spatial memory task compared to control mice. Additionally, we found that FMP1138 treated mice had an increased dendritic spine density in the hippocampus, a brain region critical for learning and memory. Taken together, our findings suggest that FMP1138 represents a promising therapeutic agent for the treatment of neurological and psychiatric disorders characterized by impaired neuronal connectivity and plasticity. Further preclinical and clinical studies are warranted to evaluate the safety and efficacy of FMP1138 in humans. Okay, got it. Okay, so they were doing this study to try to figure out whether this thing could help fix those disorders, including depression and Alzheimer's, which, boy, that would change the world and also make these people very filthy rich. The results demonstrate that FMP1138 significantly increased the frequency and amplitude of EPSCs, indicating an enhancement of the synaptic transmission. These findings suggest that FMP1138 has the potential to improve neuronal connectivity and plasticity, which could have implications for the treatment of neurological and psychiatric disorders characterized by... Right, then there was a bit of that. So this is just kind of the abstract. Although it is a result. It says the frequency range is 500 hertz to 99 kilohertz. But that wasn't what was here. Was it? No. Maybe. Alright, what's result 2? Hey, we've got the other part of the password clue here. The graph displays the result of a study investigating the effects of FMP 1138 on synaptic connectivity in vitro. The study aimed to explore whether the FMP 1138 could enhance synaptic transmission, blah, 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 blah. The results demonstrate that it does. Got it. Okay, great. Unlike Dr. Isles, in this result paper, I will use the little Endian standard. Whatever that means. Okay, before, after. So we've got graphs to tell us how good this thing is. Got it. Okay, let me line up these two and try to figure out what's going on here. So if we line them up, to unlock the full potential, let's use Isles, use Endian. Oh, okay. So I'm trying to see if there's any overlap. There really isn't. Oh, wait a minute. Let's look at the icons real quick. So if we look at the image of floppy disk 2, there's the key, a bunch of dashes. Let's see. How long is the password? Password can be extremely long. Okay. So I have a couple instincts here. One instinct is possibly the password is just what is within the brackets or adjacent to the brackets. I don't know if it's that simple, but that's my first guess. So F5 IE, I don't know. No. Okay, next thought is, let's see, before and after. I mean, there's so much text between the brackets that I don't think it's that literal. It's not like the password is going to be old potential 66.72, etc. Result 2. FMP 1138. Result 2. Think I'm going to need a hint on this one. That's a little... There's a little too much data and shit going on here.
The file names written on the second floppy disk look to be there for a reason, Tanner. I suggest checking those two files for clues about the password.
Well...
Focusing on the symbols. Maybe keep those two files open and see if you can do something with them.
Frickin' obviously. Okay. Well, that doesn't help me at all. I might be overthinking it and thinking of this too literally. I'm just like counting the number of dashes now, but that doesn't make sense. So let's see. So this one said 66.72 to 105. Like, do I need to guess the number that they're wanting between the two? This is not going to give me the exact number, though.
The key and lock icons.
Oh, there are multiple levels of...
They must be important. I suggest you combine them to reproduce the schematics on the second floppy disk. My hunch is that the content is not very important. Just the part with the icons in the two files mentioned, FMP 1138 and Res 2.
Got it. I like that this has delayed hints. It gives you a minute to try to figure it out yourself before you ask for more. So the content isn't important. Wait, what if I drag the file over? Ah ha ha. To unlock the files, use 105 Endian. Hey! Cool, that was a clever little puzzle. I feel a little smart that I didn't have to activate the next help hint. My confession. Oh, this is nice. If you are reading this, it means I'm no longer living, and that I have been buried in the dry-field desert like the other subjects. I implore you, whoever you are, to share my story with anyone who can make things right. My name is Quinton Spence. I was head of operations at the BioM facility. I'm writing this letter because I am about to resign from a job that one cannot simply resign from. As per protocol, I will most likely be sent to the desert burial site with all my belongings. I deserve this punishment. I am sick. So sick of everything that we have done, supposedly in the name of science. If you have found me, then I'm assuming you have found the others too. Every person buried here in the sand is a Project Eve test subject. Where's my notepad? Project Eve? Question mark? Eve was led by Dr. Henry Jenkins. I'm not trying to shift the blame onto him. I bear my share of responsibility in this matter. While our intentions were noble, at least in the beginning, I now see that we went too far, and I am ready and willing to face whatever punishment awaits me in the next world. You have found this document, but perhaps the contents of my lab coat pocket remain undiscovered. Perhaps they could not crack the password necessary to open the floppy disk. Maybe they assumed the floppy disk contained only my research papers. Regardless, what truly matters now is you. You have the power to stop this. BioM facility, 22 East Border Street, Bedford, Nevada. Please do not be as cowardly as I was, Quinton. Okay. Interesting. So the BioM facility, remember, that was from the prologue. So they are doing more science there, maybe human experimentation, to get whatever is their end goal, which we still don't know. But we are getting answers to some of these questions. So I guess the next step is you have the power to stop this. No? The next step is the facility? Okay. Spence worked at the BioM facility. It's here.
Don't let it go to your operator head, but that was actually somewhat impressive, Tanner.
Great.
The
Blow me
address
later.
you sent, it's not far from here. I'll check it out first thing in the morning. Tonight, I think I'll help the team exhume the rest of these bodies. Screw the suit. God help us, Tanner. God help every single one of us.
Walker's got a target on his back after this. Take care of yourself, buddy. And here I was going to blow you off because you're kind of a prat. Well, things are starting to get a little deep here. That was a long second day. Door open. Footsteps. Elevator.
Look, you need to do something about it. He's poking around, asking too many questions. He's going to expose us all if you don't rein him in. Yes, his shift is over. Yes. All right. Yeah, fine. We'll talk later. Bye.
I kind of doubt they're referring to me because I'm not asking questions. I'm just doing what I'm told. I bet you Walker's not going to survive the night, though. Other elevator, maybe? We might live in some upper floor apartment. Got into bed. This music is so legit. I now see why they suggested playing this game with headphones, but Unfortunately, I cannot play with headphones when I'm doing the show. Shower! I know that sounded really well. That's how a lot of my work shifts start. Even if it's not at the tax place, even if it's for me, sometimes I like taking a shower to reset my brain before sitting down and doing the show. Oh man, we are definitely in deep, as Hal said. FDI headquarters, Washington, D.C., 7:25 a.m. But I am out of time for this one, so we'll start our third day at the office in the next episode, although I'm going to wait just to make sure there's no weird shit that's going to happen before I shrink the screen and we go to the Event Demon Inn. I saw something about an Event Demon. Gonna go ahead and assume everything's fine for now. We're seeking some truth. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow for another episode. I am so loving this game.